forward momentum. Hey, if you want to follow me on Instagram, this is my Instagram handle. Today, we're going to tackle part 1 of 2 on the TTE replica front lip installation on my Lexus GS. Now the good news is, if you don't have a Lexus GS, that's okay. You can still use these installation instructions for pretty much any vehicle. Let's take a look at the tools and parts you're going to need to do this installation properly. First and foremost, you're going to need the front lip. So find the front lip of your choice and then have it shipped to your house. This particular lip is known as the TTE replica front lip. TTE stands for Toyota Team Europe. And that would be the authentic stuff that looks like this. Thankfully, we have companies out there who have made replicas of these lips. Now, I got this one from Magic Drift. You can find them online and you can find them on eBay. And I got this for about $70 on eBay. Now this lip here, I like it a lot because it simply looks factory when it's installed properly. It's not huge, and it'll be a great installation. So this is the one I selected. You can select whatever you want, but this is kind of how it looks. It arrived in a gigantic flat box, and it had a little bit of deformation on this front part here, but it wasn't damaged, and their installation instructions actually address this. So you can actually leave this out in the sun, and you can take a heat gun and reform this to your car. So don't worry too much if it shows up and it's kind of wavy. There's a way to fix that. So that's the first thing you're going to need. You're also going to need alcohol wipes for the mounting tape, and it gets good reviews. This is 1 inch by 60 inches in length. You're also going to need some hardware, and I got some. These are actually drywall screws. They're self-tapping drywall screws, but the important thing here is that they're a modified truss head. So I don't know if that'll show up on the camera, but these have a very thin head on them. And what we want to do is minimize the possibility of these contacting the ground as you go out of a parking lot or something like that. We got some of these lock washers. These can be found at your local hardware store as well. They happen to be number 8 because the fasteners I just showed you are number 8. This one will be a little bit scary, but you're going to want to have a hacksaw. And the reason you're going to want to have a hacksaw is because these lips have some mounting bumps on the back side of them that you're going to need to trim down a little bit for it to fit properly on your vehicle. Phillips head. You're going to need a Phillips head. You can use a screwdriver, but I always like to have this drill like this around. So you're going to want a heat gun to, once we get it installed on the vehicle, we're going to kind of shape it to the vehicle. We're going to use a light amount of heat. If you plan on doing the painted version, the paint to match version, what you need to do is you need to go ahead and place an order for the paint. Now, I actually selected spray paint, believe it or not. Automotive Touch-Up actually has the entire kit that you're going to need. Adhesion promoter, primer, base coat, and clear coat. All 4 came in a box. Perfect. So go ahead and order that if you plan on doing that. They have a paint match base coat. So this is 3-in-1 Cinnabar Red Pearl. And one other thing you're going to want is some sandpaper, but that's going to be more for part 2. I just want to point out all the things you're going to need so you can get them ahead of time. Let's go ahead and get started on the fitment of this TTE replica front lip on my Lexus GS. Well, first and foremost, make sure you got the correct part. You know, it should basically fit on there. Find a way to safely brace your lip in place. Just a rough fit is all you need. I use jack stands, and obviously they're not holding up the vehicle here. You can use tape. And really what you're looking for are major imperfections. And that's where you can see right here, it's bowing out a bit. So we know the areas that we're going to have to work on before we ever consider installing it. One thing I noticed on mine is right here, you're going to see they have some excess material. I call it flashing. See that piece right there? So I'm going to trim that with an X-acto knife to make sure that that doesn't, because otherwise that's going to stick out. Okay, so get your lip all fitted up like that. Make sure it's, there's not too much weight on it. And then look for major imperfections, and then now we're gonna work on those imperfections. As soon as we put fasteners in, we're probably gonna put one right here at the corner underneath and one right here at the beginning. And that's really gonna kind of help push that piece in. And there's gonna be virtually no gap there. So that'll work out really well. Now we're gonna continue on and fix all this. I'm under the vehicle now, obviously looking forward, and you can see these blocks are really very large and they create a huge gap. So that's why I said at the beginning of the video, you're gonna need to trim those blocks down. I'm thinking I'm gonna take off almost the entire block so that this piece will then kind of suck up in there, because it's really pushing down on this and I do not want that. And this is the center block. You can see that also has the same issue. It's got a huge gap, so we're gonna have to trim that block down. Okay guys, next step is to get that hacksaw out, and we're gonna pull that front lip off, and we are gonna cut those blocks on the bottom. Now my suggestion to you is to do it in small steps and then refit it so you don't cut too much all at once. Took roughly 1.25 inches. So there's the 3 blocks I cut with the hacksaw, and it fits so much better, you guys. You gotta cut those blocks. It definitely, now I know it's wavy, I haven't fixed that yet, but it just goes right up against that lower portion of the grill so much better. Under the vehicle, this is what we have now. I think I'm gonna take a little more off this center block here. It's definitely hanging down farther than everything else. So it's trial and error, and the good news is this is not too difficult. I need to take a little bit off of this block and definitely a little bit off the center block. And that should even this out as far as the width between here and here. I just discovered this midway through filming. This is a finish saw, and you can get them at Harbor Freight. This works so much better than this. Oh man, it cuts through this like butter. It's like, and you can get so much closer. Once you're satisfied with the fitment of the front lip, it's time to heat gun it a little bit. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna gently go over this and get it to kind of fit inward and flush with this lower portion of the grill. All right. Just take your time, don't overdo it. Here's a technique that I found works really well is with your heat gun, aim it up as you go. I don't know why that works better, but for some reason it starts to really get flush. So make sure you aim your gun up, because I've been spending quite a bit of time aiming the gun straight at it and down, but up seems to really work. The first fastener you're going to run is right here. Always check before you run your fastener that there's nothing behind this panel that you'll puncture, such as a windshield washer tank or a radiator or something like that. Okay, next I'm going to make my way over to this side And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fasten that piece up with 2 fasteners. Once you have those 2 fasteners run, I'm going to go right to the center of this piece, right under the license plate. Yep, there we go. What it looks like after the 2 were run in the center. You can see I still have a little bit of forming to do, and remember, I have not put on the double-sided tape yet. So this is going to have to be dealt with. Now I'm going to run 2 more. Get these jack stands out of here now. So this is what it looks like from the underside. And honestly, it's pretty easy to install. I didn't want to eliminate the block completely in case this impacted something. At least it'll give a little bit of cushion. And more of the 10-foot view. It's definitely not show-worthy, so if you're looking for the show-worthy version of this, these cheaper TTE replica lips are not it. Now, when I put the double-sided tape on there, I think it's going to look really good. I think it's going to, you know, finish off those gaps, and the completed product will look really good. So again, this is 8 fasteners. Actually, I added a couple screws as well, and you can do the same thing. If you have spots with gaps that are not working, that you can't work out with the heat gun, you can add a couple fasteners. Alright guys, that was not as bad as I thought it would be. Don't freak out. Don't overanalyze everything. You know, get that thing mounted up, get it molded on there correctly, fasten it, and it is good to go. So, like I said before, I have not put the double-sided tape on yet because I'm going to paint this thing. So right now I'm just going to leave it on, and then part 2 is going to be finishing it and painting it and getting it mounted back on. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you stopping in, and I will see you on Instagram, or I'll see you on the next episode. Thanks. See you.